3 young women, all driven to suicide after horrific domestic abuse. ITV News today joined their families as they asked the Minister for Safeguarding Women and Girls why so many of them were dying.
Hello. Oh, hello, Sharon.
Morning.
Their families undoubtedly blame their abusers for their deaths, but say the authorities abandoned them.
Even in her death, I feel that we've been failed. So when she was alive, there was failings.
But you have been failed, there's
Yeah.
no doubt about that. Every single day I find a gap in the system.
I think, talked today about highlighting how much more violence the actual abuse is getting. I think it has escalated over the last 3 or 4 years.
Hours before this meeting with Jess Phillips, new figures show that for the 2nd year running, the most common cause of death among domestic abuse victims was suicide. Uncomfortable reading for a minister who has vowed to halve violence against women and girls in a decade.
So in every case of the families that I met today, and in every case of any family I've ever met where somebody died by suicide with a history of domestic abuse, it wasn't the first cry for help. But what I don't want people to think is that you can overhaul systems that have existed for hundreds of years. Systematic change is going to take a long time. Do I find that frustrating? Yes.
In painful mobile phone notes, Kienna Dawes detailed her reasons for suicide. Her abuser was jailed for assault and coercive and controlling behaviour, but acquitted of manslaughter. Another concern raised before they left for home.
All the evidence that we had, and if we didn't get a conviction, then who's going to?
They've been told that violence against women and girls is now a national emergency, one that has come too late for their daughters.
So, Rachel, what steps are being taken to toughen up the law?
Well, Lucretia, more manslaughter investigations are now happening following domestic abuse, suicides. That, of course, is seen as a positive, but getting convictions is horribly difficult. Now, I sat in the trial following Kienna Dawes' death, and Kienna herself had documented a whole trail of evidence detailing how her suicide was caused by her former partner, yet she got no conviction. We heard her mother in that report saying if they can't get a conviction, who can? Well, today, the National Policing Lead on Domestic Abuse, she says she wants forces to consider manslaughter in these types of cases. So, for example, police look into the history of the relationship here. Families today and other families will say it should never get to that point. You know, these women we reported on were incredibly brave. They reported their abuse, they asked for help, and they got none.
All right, Rachel, thank you. And if you've been affected by any of the issues that you've just seen, there are links to organisations who can help on our website. That is itv.com/news.